When did he die, Chili?
Roll the tape, boys.
When did he die?
Let me see that book you got.
I don't know if you can touch this, being a Calvinist.
The Letter to the Romans by William Barclay. You said this guy believes in universal salvation, huh, Chili?
Oh, I mean, I don't know. It seems that way.
Well, that will be your end of your conclusion when you continue in your Arminian beliefs in that, God sent Jesus to save the world. Yeah. There you go. That's the end of it. I did see Rome is moving in the right direction.
Rome, Georgia?
No, the Vatican.
Oh.
Did you see this?
No. I don't know nothing. I know I'm up on a lot of probably too much news right now, but not Vatican news.
Rome is moving in the right direction, boys. Good news for you Roman Catholics. You're moving in the right direction. They just released a 20-page document called the Mater Populi Filius, the mother of all the faithful people of God. They released a 20-page document defining their doctrine around the Mother Mary.
Oh.
Yeah, I need to go read it. It's big. It's right there online. The Mater Populi Filius.
Good.
They have come out to say somewhere along in this document that Mary is no longer considered co-redemptrix.
Oh, well, that's good.
I know they're moving in the right direction. They have they have rejected the title of Mary as co-redemptrix.
Really?
And mediatrix of all graces. The mediator, I assume that means the mediator of all graces. They've rejected those titles. It says, rejects both because they risk obscuring the revealed truth that Christ is the sole mediator and redeemer. In other words, they're saying, we've been teaching you these things for years, but we just figured all y'all knew that, what we really meant was that Jesus Christ is the sole mediator and redeemer.
Well, it took you having the Pope on the podcast for this to happen.
I mean, they say, we've been teaching y'all that, Mary is the mother of all graces and that she's cooperating with Christ in the whole process of redemption. But, we thought it was obvious enough that Christ is the sole mediator and redeemer. So at risk of obscuring that revealed and obvious truth, we're going to go ahead and say that Mary isn't either one of these two things.
That's pretty big.
Well, that is big, but that comes as a surprise to me.
Being the Pope.
I mean, yeah, my Cardinals had not been discussing that.
You know what? I didn't even think about it. That must be what Paris James is upset about.
Oh,
Paris James. Is that what you're upset about?
It could be.
So what? When did this come down the pipe? I mean, what did everybody who used to not, they were all the people who were getting a little far out there with their beliefs on Mary? What do they think of this?
Well, I mean, even
That's a good
some of the popes themselves have referenced Mary as co-redemptrix.
Yeah,
they've used that title for her,
right.
Cooperating with Christ in the plan of redemption.
Who has spearheaded this though?
For human
new pope?
Well, I mean, all these Vatican, whoever the Vatican is.
Well, that's not a person.
Yeah, I mean
the Secretary for the Doctrine of the Faith, the Vatican's Dicastery for the Doctrine of the Faith, today issued an important doctrinal text aimed at clarifying in what sense certain titles and expressions referring to Mary are acceptable or not. It also seeks to deepen the proper foundations of Marian devotion by specifying Mary's place in her relationship with believers in the light of the mystery of Christ as the sole mediator and redeemer.
Wow.
He's the reformer of the Catholics.
You know what? I was thinking about it in my deer stand this morning. The fact that information can flow the way that it can flow now through social media, and the way that people can become educated through means of the internet and find educate themselves on and think for themselves on certain topics and see different viewpoints and stuff like that. This age of information is a striking blow to the Roman Catholic cabal, because they have depended for so long on the ignorance of people in order to keep control over those people who they have control over, who identify with Roman Catholicism. That's the whole reason they had such a problem with having William Tyndale translate the Holy Scriptures into the English language. You understand what I'm saying? That's the reason they didn't want that to happen, is because all of this crazy crap that they come up with is it all hinges on the ignorance of Roman Catholic followers, or whatever you call it. I mean, how many look, the whole idea, the whole advantage of being a Roman Catholic is you don't have to read your Bible. Because these men who are in these positions of power, whatever the Pope says trumps what the Bible says anyways. The Pope has the authority to trump what the Bible says. Now, a Roman Catholic will get so upset about that you say that, and they'll say, well, that's only happened twice. Okay. So just because he's only leveraged that power twice, I guess it's okay. Why would you don't even have to read your Bible, because you've got a man seated up there in the house, boy, that even trumps whatever you're reading anyway. So you might be reading and you might be believing in something, but why would you even read it? Because this joker liable to come out tomorrow and say, well, buddy, let me go ahead and tell you. Look, you don't even need to think, because they've already figured it all out for you. You want to know, you want to know what you need to do? You want to know the works you need to do to get to heaven? They've got a whole laundry list for you. They got a whole laundry list. You can just follow it step by step, direct path, straight to heaven. You're good to go, man. But I wouldn't doubt. They're coming out with this stuff now. You wonder why they're pumping the brakes on all this Mother Mary and co-redemption and the mediator of graces. Why are they pumping the brakes with all this stuff? Probably because there are thousands or hundreds of thousands of Roman Catholics coming to their priests and saying, what about this? Because maybe they heard a clip off the 307 podcast. Us old daggone Protestants over here talking about you don't need all this bull crap. Maybe they're coming to their priest and saying, what about all this bull crap y'all making up right here about Mary and all this crap? And maybe they're like, daggone, we're going to start to lose these people. We better start crawfishing a little bit on some of this crazy crap, but not enough to lose control over the billions of people that, are identify as part of this cabal that we have going here.
Wow.
Maybe so. Well, look, Cornbread, you're going to have to do something about it, Bubba. Okay?
What do you want me to do?
Well, you need to figure it out.
On you.
Yeah,
He's on you.
Are we just going to keep ignoring that Cornbread hadn't said nothing on
he hasn't
8
talked.
of the last podcast?
Well, I've actually figured out probably what's going on with him.
What?
Okay. Just yesterday, my wife was explaining to me about this this scientifically proven
medical phenomenon.
Yeah. Called pregnancy brain. Okay? Now, that's not what's wrong with cornbread. I'm going to get to that here in a minute. But apparently, 8 out of 10 women report symptoms of pregnancy brain. What are the symptoms here?
Pregnancy.
Cognitive changes such as forgetfulness, difficulty concentrating, clumsiness.
I love how we got to make a name for everything.
Scientific research supports the reality of pregnancy brain. So I started looking up pregnancy brain.
Yes, PB.
And as I was researching this, I actually found a separate real medical phenomenon that is very similar to this. It's called hunting brain. 8 out of 10 hunters, they've interviewed them, report forgetting to do anything else in their lives during hunting season.
But the women don't accept that, do they?
No, it's a scientifically proven thing.
But they want us to accept pregnancy brain.
Yeah. And I personally am right now, I am suffering from a bad case of hunting brain.
HB, you've got HB.
What about corn?
Yeah, I think
He's got a severe case.
I think it's what's happening to corn too, really. I mean, because I was just the other day, I was like, dang, why do I keep forgetting to take a shower, wash the dishes, eat, cook? Why do I keep I don't want to go to town at all. I haven't been to town except to come to work at all. I literally can't think of anything else. Another big symptom that you'll see of pregnancy brain is poor sleep. And I actually just experienced that the other day. I was laying in bed. I didn't know what was wrong with me until I found this dang medical phenomenon. You'll see 8 out of 10 hunters report this. I was laying in bed with my eyes closed, and I kept having this vision in my mind's eye of a monster buck, and I could see his rack from the side, and he would get right in front of me, and he would turn and look at me, and it would startle me. And I didn't sleep all night.
Because he was so big.
Yeah, I mean, he was that one I've been looking for.
Yeah.
But I couldn't stop this vision from coming in my head. And 8 out of 10 hunters report having trouble getting to sleep and sleeping well during the hunting season. And I always thought it was just because we were waking up so early, and I never knew why I was forgetting to do everything.
Well, let me tell you, you can stop worrying about that big buck because me and Corn, we're going to get him while you're gone. We're going to take care of him while you're gone. We'll send you a picture.
I'll tell you what, I wish y'all would.
I wish Corn would.
I had in the midst of this hunting brain, I had a real vision the other day that this was Cornbread's year.
Yeah.
If he'll just stay at it, but stay at it at the right pace. Because what he did last year is he burned himself slap out, and he just quit hunting altogether.
That's what he's doing right now. He's going too hard.
He started doing that the other day when he showed up at 2 o'clock to go get in the stand at 2 o'clock.
Oh my!
And,
that's a
and I had to have a talk with him. I said, "Look here, Bubba, get in the stand about 4 o'clock, okay?" And he's done that. He's made an adjustment. He's taking some evenings off. The evenings aren't real good right now.
No.
Don't worry about them evenings until it's going to break loose. The end of this week or on into next week, there's going to be about 3 days where it breaks loose. And then when it breaks loose, if you're there, you're going to know it. That is happening.
Yeah.
But you're going to see it in the morning. And when you're sitting up there in the morning and you realize it has broke slap loose, at that point, abandon all other things in life and sit right there all day. And do that for 2 or 3 days, okay?
Yeah, that's what I want to do right now. I want to sit there all day now. I had a dream.
Hunting brain.
I had a dream.
Hunting brain.
I had a dream that I was hunting the stand that I've been hunting on Sunday, and a big buck come through, and I fell out onto his rack, and it killed me. And it was Sunday, and Ann couldn't get a hold of Blake, and Chad don't never answer his phone, so she couldn't get a hold of Chad. So she called Buck, and Buck met her up there and let her in the gate, and then they went to your house, and you took them up there, and I was laying there dead.
Nobody's ever had a dream where they died in it and the dream continued.
I'm talking about them big bucks.
Hey, listen, no one's ever had a dream where they died in the dream and then they saw what happened after.
It did.
No, it didn't.
What would have been better is if that had happened and then I was hunting and the deer came through and you was still on its rack.
And then you killed the deer?
I would have them both mounted.
Oh my gosh.
Dang.
So I am really suffering from hunting brain right now, and it all started about 2 weeks ago when I had the opportunity to go on this elk hunt. And let me tell you what, boys, I thrive in life when I just have one single thing that I have to focus on, and if that single thing is killing something, I'm really thriving. And, buddy, that just kicked off. That just flipped that darn switch in me, being on that elk hunt. And I'm going to go ahead and tell you, there's nothing else like that elk hunting. You know why? Because it's a team effort, at least the way we were hunting them with the rifle. It's a team effort. I mean, it's got all the components of essentially all the components of a battlefield, except the thing you're trying to kill ain't trying to kill you back. It's trying to run from you. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, I mean, that's kind of a big component. But, that one's left out. But everything else, you got comms, you got stalks, you got long range shooting, you got close range shooting, you got all kinds of stuff going on, rough country. I'm talking about it was big, son. You got to experience that, Cornbread.
I'd like to. I bet it was. It looked fun.
Well, I'm going to make sure that you get to experience that. We're going to make that happen.
An elk hunt?
Yeah. I'm going to make that happen.
I'll do it.
You'll go, won't you?
I'll go.
It's like them lunch sandwiches. You'll eat it, won't you?
That's right. I'll eat it.
I did get me an elk. Praise the Lord. I won't tell the full story on here because we might release a video of it later on down the line, and y'all get to see it in person. But thank you to everyone that was involved for gifting me that hunt and everything that came along with it. That was R5 Ranch out in Utah, Jake and David Miller, G3 Outfitters, Spencer, my guide, Bobby. Dang, I like Bobby, man. I don't know if Bobby and Cornbread would have got along, but me and Bobby got along.
I get along with everybody, man.
No, you don't.
I'm going to tell you what.
Everybody.
I'm going to tell you right now, Bobby was a hunter. I'm talking about flat out. He made me feel like I wasn't doing a good enough job as a hunter. That's what kind of hunter he was. We was having a conversation. There was a guy in camp that was hunting, and he was an outfitter up in the Yukon territory. And we were having a conversation about how the Yukon territory was, so much bigger than the country that we were hunting in, and kind of rougher because there's not as much access. And it pissed Bobby off. Bobby looked at me. He said, "You want to know the difference between that Yukon country and the country we're hunting in right now?" I said, "What's that?" He said, "We're hunting in the country we're in right now." In other words, he was trying to say, I will hunt just as good as anybody, no matter where you put me.
Yeah.
I don't care how big the country out there is. I don't make no difference to me. You tell me what you want to go out there and kill, and we're going to go out there and kill it. I thought, man, that's a next level attitude right there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it is.
You put me anywhere, I'm going to kill. I mean, this joker was legit. He was actually a world champion, world-renowned cockfighter. And he got out of cockfighting. And he said, I used to put all my energy into that. He said, now I just put all my energy into hunting. And that's what he does. But I'm going to tell you, we would leave camp at 4 a.m. and we wouldn't get back till an hour after dark. Because if you was hunting with Bobby, you wasn't coming back to camp. I thought I said, okay, that's how you hunt right there. He didn't care that it was 2 o'clock in the daytime and hot, and all the other hunters had come back in to eat lunch because the game wasn't moving. No. He said, we're going to stay out here and hunt. That joker hunted.
Sounds like it.
All right, before we move on in the podcast, I do want to tell you, our episode today is brought to you by our partner at Barbell Apparel. I was wearing that hoodie this morning, that new hoodie they got out. Good night, son. That joker is cozy.
It's nice.
I'm about to run that thing through a wash cycle, and I'm about to be wearing that joker, son.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man.
I've been wearing it.
Yeah, me too.
Barbell Apparel. They've got
Look, I got an old classic on.
You got an old classic 1 mile out ultralight tech tee, boy.
Yeah.
They got fitness apparel. They got the most comfortable jeans on the market. They have hoodies now, really comfortable hoodies. They got everything you need, man. We've been with Barbell for a long, long time now. We've ran in many of their products and shorts and fitness apparel. We have really put it through the test, and it has withstood the test of time. So they've been great partners with us here at 307 Podcast and Project, part of everything that we do here and on YouTube. So if you get anything out of these shows, next time you need to get you some new threads, go check out Barbell Apparel at barbellapparel.com. All right, Chili, you said you're up to date on the goings-on in the world right now. We've covered the Vatican. We've covered hunting brain, which y'all two don't even understand, so you just sit there like a bunch of dumb idiots because neither one of y'all hunt.
It's funny. I've got the only shot at the biggest buck that anybody's seen. I ain't hunted but twice.
It's because you don't hunt, Bubba.
I mean, yeah, what sense does that make?
It's because you barely hunt.
Yeah, you barely hunt, so you get to see the big bucks. Sound like y'all might need to start barely hunting then.
Chili says he's way up to date on the goings-on in the world. So I have been hunting, but I have seen that just, I guess, yesterday, did you see the new mayor?
Oh, yeah, Zoran Mamdani.
Somerville. It's not Zoran.
Did you see
I saw him.
the new mayor of New York City?
I did.
I want to hear this feller's speech real quick.
Would tell you that I am far from the perfect candidate. I am young, despite my best efforts to grow older. I am Muslim. I am a democratic socialist. And most damning of all, I refuse to apologize for any of this.
Well, you left out the part where he continued to say, and to Donald Trump, because I know you're listening, I've got 4 words for you. Turn the volume up. What does that mean? What does that mean?
Well, first, explain to me what is a democratic socialist, Chili?
Well, the reason that's hard to answer is because what is a democratic socialist? Well, by the book definition, or how every single person who ever has called themselves a democratic socialist actually believes and operates, those are 2 different things. I mean, a democratic socialist would probably, the attempt at explaining what that is and how you would govern is probably a mix of socialist reforms and redistribution of wealth within a context of maintaining I don't even know how you would define it. The point is they're socialists. I mean, flat out. The democratic socialist is a creative way that Bernie Sanders likes to call himself, so it sounds less harsh. because they know that socialism doesn't work and carries a very negative connotation with most people. So they say, well, I'm a democratic socialist.
So socialism essentially puts...
Socialism
puts power in the hands of the leadership and gives them the authority to distribute all of the goods.
Yeah,
to people.
Socialism is kind of the integration of the corporate and the political structure into one. So, like, for example, Zoran Mamdani wants to have city-run grocery stores.
Oh, that sounds like a great idea.
Like, that's so crazy. Like, it's an attempt to end the free market, right? Like, there's no price competition. There's none of that. It's like we've got our city-run grocery store. The prices are set. I'm going to freeze, all kinds of rent for low-income people. I'm going to redistribute the wealth through taxation of the 1% at rates as high as 60%. I mean, they'll go endless.
So I've heard he hit one of his battle cries is no billionaires.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming he chooses billionaires because he couldn't say no millionaires because I'm sure he's a millionaire.
Yeah, we're going to be.
Yeah. We're going to be very soon.
Right.
Yeah. But no billionaires,
Yeah, socialism, there's so many isms that people get very confused with one or the other because they do often integrate and the crossover on the Venn diagram, communism, Marxism, socialism, fascism, like all, capitalism, like all of that, there's basically a spectrum and a continuum of essentially like far right policy to far left policy, with actual fascism being a far right ideology and socialism being a progressive left ideology. But like these people are we should look at people as individuals that have policies and ideas that run the gamut. And there's kind of like a socio-economic, like an economic policy of socialism, and then a cultural. Would you say that too? There's a separate.
Yeah.
You may not be interested in talking about this, but even better than me about, because I don't know very well. That's not saying much, but a lot. That there's a difference in economic policy and then your other political ideology and policies, and how you would govern things. And I would say Mamdani is like, it's very socialist economic policies, like some of the stuff we just mentioned, but he's also like, I would say he talks as if I don't know what he actually thinks or wants to do. He's probably just going to abandon all of these ideas once he's New York City mayor and just
get rich
and integrate with the billionaires, the Jewish billionaires that he's like hating on right now, like Bill Ackman and all these people. He's probably just going to, like, you'll see him at these people's houses now, like, well, I've had some conversations now. I've eased up on this, but what he actually says and all this is it's very authoritarian, and
so
like promising to do things you can't do, and that
the VA would be a great example of socialist healthcare, right? Where you have government ran healthcare.
Yeah, sure. It's not hard to imagine a government-run grocery store. Go to anything that's government-run. Like, I've never been to the VA, but I imagine that would give you a good.
Can you imagine the quality of groceries that you're going to be able to get at your government-run grocery store?
Yeah, it's all standardized. It's not determined by competition within the free market.
Exactly.
Like the quality and the price.
Yeah.
So there's no incentive to have lower quality products and then someone come in and create a higher quality product. There's no incentive for that. There's no incentive to try to make things cheaper or better, like either one. It's all just set by the government. And what people don't seem to grasp is that this has been the economic policy that has always led to bread lines in countries, right? Like you see where certain countries get to the point where their citizens are waiting in line to maybe receive a morsel of bread until they run out. Like, well, that's how it happens.
Or they get their rations. Yeah, I mean, and that's another thing. If you had a government-run grocery store, it becomes very easy to put limits on how much you can buy.
Yeah.
For you and your family, right?
Yep.
Like you're only allotted this amount of meat, vegetables, and alcohol, and whatever else. It becomes very easy.
Yeah, and I mean, it's been weird, like going to the grocery store when, eggs are doing something crazy, and you may go to somewhere and it literally limits how much eggs you can buy. But, I mean, in a free market, I could go down the street to another grocery store and get more eggs. Then I could go down the street and get more and more and more and more. So that's a little bit different, although that's odd too. But there would be none of that. I mean, it would be, this is your spot to go get food.
Yeah.
And we've got what we've got, and you get what we allow.
And it would all be linked to one system, so you couldn't just go to the other store.
Right.
Because it would stop you at the register because it's all linked to their system and ran by their system.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there are actually obviously people who voted for this guy that think that sounds good. Poor people, I guess. Yeah. Or no, not poor people, lazy people. Okay, aren't they supposed to be taking? Isn't there some initiative to take away a bunch of food stamps and crap from people? I keep seeing that on Instagram too.
Well, that's what I've been following very closely is the government shutdown.
Okay, well tell me about this, Chili.
Well, so we've just hit a record for the longest government shutdown in history.
Oh, so you predicted that it was probably gonna
set the record.
Set the record, yeah.
Well, the record was previously from Trump. In 2018 to 2019, it lasted from December to January. It was 35 days. We're now on the 36th day of this one. And I would say it's going to go to around Thanksgiving. That's my prediction for when it will end. And the reason that it will end is not because of so the fight is basically what would you call it? Kabuki theater? It's a cinematic production staged fight between the Republicans and the Democrats. In my view, they're not really at odds like they're proposing they are. But it's essentially all because. So how government shutdowns work, and Corn needs to correct me because I'm definitely going to say something wrong about this, is that the House has to pass legislation essentially or Congress does. I guess it's the Senate and House has to vote. But I think it originates in the House, and to continue funding the government. Like, we're $36 trillion in debt, and basically resolutions, how the government operates, as weird as this is, you can tell that it could just be, it's all fake.
Right.
But they operate off of it, right? So, like, until they pass legislation to continue operating in the debt and figure out how to appropriate money, it's just going to be, like, it's just going to sit there. So Congress is still meeting during this government shutdown, but a lot of people have been furloughed and laid off, and they're not working. Some essential government workers, like air traffic controllers, are still going into the office without pay. Military, right? I mean,
I don't know. I assume they're still paying the military.
Well, sometimes they don't pay, but they still work. It all varies. Like some people are working without pay, some people are not working. Some people are working and actually still getting paid because they have a balance of money for that's not run dry yet. So there's all different situations within government work. And it's federal government work, right? Not state government work. So that's a total another distinction. And I'm trying to get too much information out, but the House and the Senate are going to continually meet periodically to try to pass this resolution, right? Because if they didn't meet, then they would never get it passed. It would just be a shutdown forever. So they're essentially not agreeing. You got to get a majority vote, right, to pass whatever bill, it's really a resolution on what to do with this money. And Democrats are trying to throw in other provisions because there's you can basically do whatever you want. They have to agree on a single piece. And you can add things to it and take away things, and Democrats are adding in. It's really centered around health care, like provisions to the Affordable Care Act, continuing. I won't get into the details on that. It's not that important, but Republicans are saying, no, that's ridiculous. We're not going to do that. So that's caused a stalemate, right? They haven't agreed to continue funding the government.
Yeah.
Like they have to, at some point, agree on how they're going to appropriate that money, what the new debt ceiling is, and because like right now we've hit the current debt ceiling.
Right.
So until we raise it again and say we're comfortable with going to $40 trillion into debt, then
arbitrary debt ceiling.
Right. But that's what they'll do.
Yeah.
I mean
you said all that right.
Okay.
Yeah, you said it all. But now
Of course he did. He literally never says anything wrong.
Chuck Schumer keeps wanting to throw all that immigrant stuff in there.
There's immigrant. Correct.
That's the big hee-haw right there.
Yeah,
he keeps wanting to sneak in like $140 billion for some immigrants here and there for different fundings and stuff like that.
Yeah, so a lot of people complain about the gridlock in America's system, in America's Congress, and how it oftentimes seems like you can't get anything done. And President Trump complains about it. So he loves to wield executive orders because he says, oh, that's my way around some of this gridlock. I'll just do it. And a lot of times those executive orders, people don't even realize, have been passed. Like Trump, by executive order, has done this, but it actually never gets done. There's many things like that. He did it, and he said it's going to be done, but down the chain was like, nope, you can't do that, you know? So a lot of things that are like, oh, Trump did that via executive order, it actually didn't happen. A lot of the Doge cuts have not materialized. They found it. It's real. Like, they found it. It could be done. They could cut it, but it wasn't actually finalized and official. So that's kind of some false advertising that you see sometimes, but a lot of people just
sure does look good for Big Daddy Trump, though.
Yeah, a lot of people just see, oh, that happened, that's good. But the House and the Senate are two independent bodies, right? Like, it's a bicameral Congress, so the Senate can vote on something and agree, and then it has to go to the House. Like, but if they don't vote on it, then it's no good. Vice versa. Sometimes something will start, in the House and go to the Senate, no good. So, that's actually good because it generally means things move slowly, and it should be hard to pass changes. Like, the founders designed it that way, and I think it's a good thing because, like, hey, let's move slow here. Like, we've come up with a pretty good system. Like, let's not just make it to where you can change it overnight. Like, big news to me is that Trump is calling for the end of the filibuster. So that's basically...
Sounds like a restaurant. I don't even know what that is.
Well, it's basically if he gets rid of it, like if it was gone right now and the Republicans control the president, the Senate, the House, they have the majority and all of it, they would be able to pass things through much easier and much quicker and avoid the delays and avoid
because they have the numbers to make the votes.
But you know who was calling to end the filibuster just 4 years ago? The Democrats, every last one of them, because they had the ability at the time to take advantage of it if the filibuster was gone. Now the Republicans do, so Trump is asking for it. Well, guess what? When you get rid of that, what's going to happen in 4 years again when you don't have the majority again? They're going to pass through whatever the crap they want and that's exactly what's happening again. We see all these elections, Zora Mamdani, the Virginia governor, it's all Democrats winning. The power is swinging right back, the pendulum. Go ahead and see what's going to happen in 2026 when all these House seats come up and for re-election. And it's going to totally shift. Trump will still be president because he's got to finish his term through 2028, but then the House and the Senate will neither be Republican majority. They'll both be Democrat majority, guaranteed.
We forgot for a short season how many crazies there are out there that'll vote for people like this guy in New York.
Oh, yeah, and people think all the elections are rigged. People legitimately are voting for him, 100%. I mean, I'm not saying it's all legit, and I don't know that you can trust any election, but, like, make no mistake, 80 million people legitimately voted for Joe Biden. I'm not saying that he legitimately won that election because I didn't count them, but I'm telling you, it ain't like nobody voted for the dude. People are idiots.
Yeah.
They voted for him. And the same thing in New York. Whether he actually got as many votes as they say or not, I don't know. But I'll go ahead and tell you, a lot of them jokers voted for him, and because they think it's a great idea. That's insane.
Yeah. Bums, dude.
It's crazy. Yeah. But I don't know what even the point of all this was, other than to get it up to date. But the House shutdown or the government shutdown is actually affecting a lot of people and a lot of things.
Is it really?
Yeah, I mean that's actually
I haven't noticed it.
That it's not gonna. You're too rich, bud.
Well, you noticed it at the airport.
Well, I'm starting to wonder about that. I'm starting to wonder if that was really that or not, because I've flown multiple times since then and had no issues.
Oh, okay.
Well,
yeah,
it's confusing. I mean, it all depends on.
But how's it affecting people? Like people that getting food stamps and crap?
Well, yeah, that's what I was trying to get to, because you said something about the end of food stamps. Like that's called SNAP now, SNAP, and it's food stamps. It's government assisted food, right? People, it's the same. It's all like appropriations. Where's money going? Well, now that they're shut down, people that get food stamps are not receiving them. So, and I mean, there's going to be a litany of feelings about that topic on like whether people should get food stamps at all. What do you think about cuts to federal welfare and food, whatever? But like that is happening. That's just one effect of this, is like they're not getting it. And as long as it's shut down, they won't get it. So there's creative ways that other organizations and people are coming up with still giving aid when it comes to food. But I don't know. I think it brings up a larger discussion about what should be done about food. Like wouldn't it be good if no one depended on federal food stamps? Like that seems like this couldn't affect that then. Like if we had another system of, or another, maybe not another system, but if this looked a little bit different where no one depended on the government to feed them, then they wouldn't be affected by a government shutdown. That seems like that should be something we're striving for. But
they're striving against it.
Yeah, they want to keep them on
if you can give give people food and shelter.
Yeah.
Come on, dude. Come on, man. Like the vast majority of who knows the number of millions of people? Somebody look up how many people are on food stamps.
Well, that's another thing is come to find out when you really audit that, you may know this, Corn, what percentage is illegal immigrants
that are on food stamps?
Yeah.
Oh, I have no idea.
I
have no idea.
Really high.
What are you looking up, CB?
How many people are on?
Like if I've got an accurate number in the past, it is more illegal immigrants in the U.S. receive food stamps, federal aid than citizens. So that's, I mean, however you feel about regular citizens getting federal aid and food stamps, they should at least get it before an illegal immigrant.
Yeah.
41.7 million people a month. That's 12% of the United States population. 12.3% of the population.
Oh my gosh, man.
Yeah. How about that?
I mean, there's no telling the dollar amount that amounts to. Look here, man. The vast majority of those 20-something million people who are living with these food stamps, these are not people who are like down on their luck, whatever, got laid off for a job and they're going through a hard time and they need a little help. And as soon as they get, another job offering, they're going to be back on their feet.
Yeah, they're not trying to get off of it.
I mean, you could never calculate that, but I mean, it would probably less than 1% of the story of the people who are receiving food stamps of like, hey, I'm legitimately lost my job. I'm in a bind. I need a little help. I don't have any family, whatever. Thank goodness this resource is here until I can get another job offering and get on my feet. Let me tell you the type of people that's on food stamps because I've known them. I had an old friend a long time ago. Half the time he was a drug addict, half the time he worked, half the time he was just a lazy turd. And he told me one day he's the same age as me, able-bodied, able-minded, nothing at all wrong with him. And him and his wife were living on food stamps. And I happened to find out about it. And I said, what the crap's up with that, man? And he said, well, everybody else is on them. I figured I'd get on them too. I might as well get mine. You know what I mean? these people that are on these systems, dude, are lazy, just freaking bums, dude. That's their mindset. Well, everybody else is doing it. I might as well just do it too. You know what I mean? If you give somebody something like that, do you think they're ever going to willfully wean? I mean, what percentage of people are ever going to willfully wean themselves off of that in today's age? I mean, come on, dude. Yeah. Like, that's what people... So many people just want the government to take care of them.
Yeah.
That's why that socialism and all that, that's why it seems so appealing to them, is so they can sit at home and play video games and be piece of crap. I just saw a thing today that there is all of a sudden an explosion in numbers of young girls who are now growing mustaches. Straight up. There is an explosion of young girls now who are growing mustaches.
Oh, it's got everything to do with it.
And so they started going to their doctors now to see why the crap am I growing a mustache, and it's because they eat freaking potato chips and sit on their stinking butts all the time, and the hormones of these kids are so jacked up. And the doctor says, if you will just eat good food and get off your lazy, stinking butt and move your body, your mustache will go away.
That's bomb.
Straight up, dude.
I've been trying to grow a good mustache all my life.
I thought he meant there was
Doritos, boy.
I thought he meant there was a trend of young girls trying to grow a mustache.
No, they are growing mustaches. And so, but you know, how many of them actually get off their lazy butts and move their bodies and start eating good? You know what they do? They say, well, no, I'm going to get this hormone therapy. You know, I'm gonna get some hormones, you know. Freaking jack legs, man. This place is screwed, dude.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's almost a waste of time to talk about what's a better alternative to government assistance like that, because it's only going to increase. But I mean, why is it so appealing for people to be taken care of by the government? Like, if there was enough churches and nonprofits that stepped up and said, like, you don't need to ever apply for food stamps or receive them. Like, we have enough to feed the 40 million people that are on them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, say that was the case. I feel like people wouldn't even go to that. They would still say, nah, I want it from the government.
They're not going to show their face every week or whatever, knowing they're being lazy. You know what I'm saying? And you have to answer simple questions. Oh, hey, did you
apply for a job in the last year?
There is a huge black market with those food stamps too. You know, way back in the day, they used to just send a book, and it would be actual stamps.
Yeah.
And people would sell those things for like 50 cents on whatever the dollar amount is now. And now they send them by card. And hey, man, I got $500 on this card right here. Give me $200. You can go get you $500 worth of groceries, but bring me my card back.
Yeah.
That happens regular, man.
That's a good deal.
When I was policing, I would get all kinds of people. You know, you lock them up, and they got other folks' food stamps card in their wallets.
Really?
Like, you know, who's Johnny P. Wright? And he'd be like, oh, that's my buddy. You know, he let me use his card. And I was like, oh yeah, you bought his card for this month. Yeah.
Who's Harvest McCullough?
These people are so many steps removed from being able to take care of themselves. It's insane.
Yeah.
Like it's not just a matter of getting a job and getting back on my feet. It's a matter of losing 200 pounds, learning a skill, getting off of drugs, and then maybe getting a job, and then maybe saving some money, and then maybe getting on your feet. You see, they're just so many steps removed from being able to take care of themselves.
Yeah.
12% of the population. You know, one of the greatest things that my father and mother ever did for me growing up. They did a lot of good things for me, but one of the things that I appreciate the most about what my dad did for me is when I was old enough to hold a darn rod level, he put me to work. Him and my grandfather did. How old was I when I started working with you guys, Dad? 12 years old. He made the effort to take me out into the field with him, even though I was probably halfway useless and annoying most of the time, and maybe didn't do the job as good as he could have hired an adult to do it. But he took me out in the field at 12 years old, taught me how to work, made me work, gave me the opportunity to work. My grandfather paid me for the work, and I worked every summer from the age of 12 years old, all the way on up till I left. I've never not worked.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, that is such a gift. Can you imagine? Can you imagine living your life off of handouts? Like, how do you live with yourself? Like, how do you get up and look in the daggone mirror? I don't get it, man. I don't even get how I don't even get it.
Yeah, I don't either.
I get it if something bad happened.
Yeah.
Right? And you knew it was temporary, and you were still fighting to be a man and a provider, and you were still fighting to get a job and work hard and, gain skills, and it was just temporary. It would still suck. But these people are in a perpetual state of freaking soup sandwich, lazy pieces of crap. That's their perpetual life.
Boy, if you were a politician and ran on that you were going to cut all of that stuff, like, they would paint you out as the most evil man in the world.
Yeah.
Like, that's why nobody... I mean, there's a lot of reasons why no politician says anything, but like, nobody's going to ever campaign on that, even if that's what they want to do.
Yeah.
Like, they're not, it's so unpopular.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing. I mean, would that be a good step in the right direction to fixing this country? Is ending all of the social programs and stop, the government,
Social Security,
the government assistance, and, people being on the government's tit? Yeah. But no one's going to run on that because literally everybody, the media wouldn't have to disparage them. The country at large would be like, screw you, dude. You're trying to kill me.
Yeah.
You're trying to kill me. You're running on taking away my food stamps.
It's because you can very easily paint this government assistance as a form of charity and love.
But it's not.
But it's not. And it's not. It's a form. It's the ultimate way to enslave a citizenship.
Yep.
That's what it is. You have ultimate control over a citizenship when they depend upon you for their food and shelter. That's what it is.
There's entire communities all over the country that believe that's the way of life. My wife had family in Duff, Tennessee. Do you know where that's at?
Yeah.
Chili? So
near Kentucky?
We would go up there to visit, and the entire place, everyone up there is on disability and drawing food stamps. That's what they do.
But how does a local economy even exist where that's everybody?
I don't know.
Because doesn't that present a problem?
I say everybody, but
I guarantee
sure
it was
80-something%.
Yeah, I mean,
like you ask, what do you do? Well, I'm disabled, or I draw a crazy check. Yeah, you watch like the Wild Whites of West Virginia. Their daddy D. Ray White taught all those kids, however many it was, how to get a crazy check, and that's what they do up there and where they're from in West Virginia. That entire community's on disability.
Well, by the way, we have a large Christian audience, and they might be hearing us have this conversation and say, "Oh, that's mean." You understand this is biblical. Everything that we're talking about right here. I mean, you can find it. The Apostle Paul, it penned in the Holy Scriptures by inspiration of the Holy Spirit. Essentially, if you don't want to work, you don't eat. Okay? You don't want to work, you don't eat. You go back to the very beginning. What is the curse that we are under right now? It is that we will eat and live by the sweat of our brow. I told Blake the other day, I said, boy, you know, that is such an obvious sign of the nature of this fallen world, is because when you decide you no longer going to give the sweat of your brow, it's going to get real rough on you.
Yeah.
Unless you've got a government to step in and you get to live off of the sweat of everybody else's brows. Because that's what you're doing. Yeah. That's what you're doing.
I mean, and it's also important to note that it is good to take care of, like, to feed and clothe the least of these, those that are hungry, those that are without. But the problem is the people taking advantage of it. Now the government system,
it's not the government's
which we're
job
saying
either.
is the
Right.
vast majority.
Yeah.
We're saying is the vast majority.
Yeah, but it would be easy to hear that and say, well, my church goes to the local hunger
Yeah, they're not the
shelter.
government.
Right.
Right.
I just want to differentiate the two to make it clear that this is what we believe the Bible when it talks about both.
Yeah.
We should work hard with our hands. We should work with everything as unto the Lord. We should feed and clothe those that are without, take care of the widows and the orphans and those that are in those positions. But when people take advantage of it, then that's the...
Well, I mean, I don't know why they're like, well, what's the difference if a church does it or the government does it? It's entirely different.
Yeah.
Even if you don't believe that the government has the evil intentions that I want to say no that they do, but believe that they do. I mean, a church or a nonprofit doing that, feeding people, I mean, that's out of no compulsion.
Dude, it's different on so many levels.
I know, but I'm trying. Like, where do they get their money? Ideally, it's from people giving donations. Yeah. They're not compelled to do that. What funds the welfare that people are given in America through the government? Our freaking income tax that we're compelled or thrown in jail to do if we don't do. I mean, that's what's funding it. So the government is using your money to dole out the assistance that's killing the country. Like, that's entirely different. Yeah, it's different on many levels, but just on a basic level, if you go help somebody and say they become more dependent on it, or a church does it and someone gets dependent on the church, well, it's entirely different. It's not out of tax money.
Well, and they're actually stealing from you under the guise of paying for that, and then they're printing the money to do what they want to do.
Exactly.
Well, and I would say you should also say one of the big differentiators is the intent behind it. If you don't think that the government's intent is control when they are working their way into positions where they are controlling the food and shelter of millions of citizens, if you don't think that their intent is control, then you are just a writhing, blithering idiot. Whereas if you have a local congregation who's doing that, their intent should be love and charity and obedience to the word of God. And it's like, hey, come here, eat a meal, then go do what you do what you, and a lot of these congregations should also be, we should be taking the opportunity to not only feed these people in a time of need, but then also to equip them and encourage them to get to a place where they're able to provide for themselves. You know? I don't know, man. Well, when this 3-eye atlas lands, it's done for, dude.
What's that?
You ain't seen the 3-eye atlas, man? I just did a truck talk on it, man. It was big.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, as somebody who knows, everything about space.
Who?
Me.
Oh.
This 3-eye atlas is a thing out there.
What is it, a meteor or something?
Well, buddy, it's not quite a meteor. It's accelerating at rates faster than the effects of gravity, okay? So it's obviously a ship.
Being propelled by something.
It's obviously a ship.
Yeah.
Okay? It almost looks like a carrier group. I mean, it's a massive mothership with a bunch of smaller fighter ships around it.
Oh, this is it.
And so it is actually moving faster than gravity should be affecting it. It's changing colors.
Oh, yeah.
It's flying out around here, guys. And when this thing lands, I mean, it's like going to be like the Nephilim returns, dude. It's coming.
On.
There's go ahead.
So it's just doing its thing. It's not like headed to us.
No, they're just looking right now.
They're waiting for the right time.
It's just season right now.
It's deer season right now.
Yeah,
They're
wait for the
looking
right
and
time.
listening for the right time to land that during carrier group.
It ain't gonna be during the beaver moon.
No.
No, they ain't gonna land during the beaver moon
No.
for sure.
No.
But when this thing lands, y'all might as well forget about it, boys.
I didn't know about that.
I can't believe you ain't been tracking that, Chill.
Dude, that spacecraft. I have years ago. I remember I told Paris James. He'll remember. We were eating at y'all's house, at your house, and I told him they're gonna fake an alien invasion sometime. I thought it was going to be before 2024. I was wrong about that, but my position still stands. I'm just pushing it back a little, and use that as a means for control. So, I mean, we're teeing it up, buddy. We're teeing it up. So any news about that, I don't need to see it. I know they'll do it when the time is right.
Oh yeah.
Maybe it's with this. Maybe it's 3-Eye Atlas.
It's three. It's the third interstellar, which is what I stands for. It's
Okay.
interstellar.
Thank
It's
you,
not.
spaceman.
It's not from our universe.
Start calling you Buzz Lightyear.
It is an interstellar object, and y'all, I can't. Have y'all not seen the pictures of it?
No, I don't know nothing.
It's
of it.
wild looking, dude.
40% probability. Where'd they pull that number
Thank you,
out
Paris
of?
James. Look at Paris James over there getting after it.
He's
son.
a big alien
Is
buff.
that the one that they found? Some Harvard professor or something found and has been saying it's supposed to be here like by March or something.
Well, how do they
Yeah.
know when it's going to be here?
They don't know when they're going to land it, but they've got some good pictures of it. It's a wild looking thing, man.
What took the pictures of it?
Exactly.
Oh, one of these,
The Hubble
A
telescope.
Sony.
Elon Musk Model
one of these
X.
satellites or something like that, Mars rover or
40%
something.
alien.
40% probability that
Yeah.
it's an alien craft.
Dang.
Oh
I
man,
mean, 60% is not.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. We're not leading with that. They've never called anything that high. Nothing's ever been that high of a probability. Wow.
Well,
40% you get hit by a tornado and it ain't never happened to me every spring.
Paris James is a big alien buff anyways. He's seen multiple aliens.
And a percentage buff.
they have him and Nanny.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to. If he had a mic over there, he could tell us the story right now.
Yeah.
Well, this has happened 3 times.
Yeah,
This is the
apparently
third
there's
time.
been three interstellar objects, but I don't know what the Atlas is supposed
So
to
we
be.
just brushed off the first and second.
Well, they
Those
were
are
much
like
lower.
10%.
Yeah, lower
10%.
probability.
Yeah.
Those were pods of the mothership.
Oh, God. Yeah, that's true. They sent them out as feelers. They said, we're coming now.
Yeah.
Well, Chili, you're down here worried about all this earthly stuff, and you had no clue that 3-Eye Atlas had entered
It's bearing
orbit.
down on
I
you.
really didn't. I didn't know about 3-Eye Atlas. I literally hear about stuff like that, and I could not care any less than I currently do. I mean, we know. I know you know a lot about space, but nobody knows nothing about space. It's all conjecture, and it's all wrong.
Well,
I
I do have to do a little research into the firmament. Somebody talk about the firmament. I gotta hit the head. Somebody explain the firmament.
That's Corn's job.
That ain't my job.
100%.
That's Blake's job there, the firmament.
No, I don't have nothing on that.
You don't believe we're under a firmament?
I don't know what you mean, so probably not.
Well, if you ask a lot of people about space, if you ask me about space, I generally say, yeah, most of it's fake. Like, you're told a lot of crap about space that is intentionally deceptive. Like, they do not know what.
Yeah. We didn't go to the moon.
But also just all the things about the solar system and black holes. I mean,
Pluto was there, then it ain't.
Yeah, like we're not getting this accurate. And if you even hear some of the things they say, like 40% probability, based on what? Like you can always ask a follow-up question that basically destroys it. But there's a lot of people who, if you ask them why certain things look the way they do or certain space, they go, yeah, because they deny the firmament. Duh.
A lot of people are saying that space is fake.
Yeah, we live under a firmament.
Okay. Yeah, so here's the firmament in the scriptures in Genesis chapter 1.
Yep, it's why it didn't. It's the rain.
Did you guys already read this?
It's why it didn't rain.
And God made the firmament and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament, and it was so. And God called the firmament heaven, and the evening and morning were the second day. And God said, let the waters under the heaven be gathered together into one place, and let the dry land appear. And it was so. So a lot of people say you can't even escape the firmament.
Yeah. But they don't think anything can enter through it either, though, right?
Exactly.
So
yeah,
like
they essentially think space is fake.
Yeah. So
I mean, I do too, to a large degree, but I don't think we have a firmament.
Our satellites are in the firmament.
Well, they wouldn't call that.
Hey, buddy, you think we're a satellite? Really? Really?
Well, I mean, a 3-eye atlas. Really? Yeah. I'd say a satellite's 100%.
What? And you think we sent a rocket too?
Yeah, and it come back down.
Really?
Yeah. Where it went, I don't know.
Corn.
But it
Really?
shot up off the ground. Yeah.
Well, you know what's getting hard now, and it's just gonna become like you just gonna have to just quit even looking at the internet because of this AI now.
Boy,
you can't tell if what any image or video you see is real or
That's
not.
what I'm saying.
It's going to get to that to where you literally will never know.
Yeah,
That's rough.
It's weird, man. Like my wife's been telling me about this because I'll see videos
Human connection.
Tell you how old school I am. I'm scrolling, the Instagram or something, and I see a video and I'm like, oh, holy crap, man! And I go and show it to my wife, and she's like, that's not real. That's AI. I'm like, oh, it's such a letdown.
But sometimes they are real and people think it's AI now.
Yeah.
Like, because you can't tell. I mean,
I saw that deer jumping on the trampoline.
Yeah, straight up.
Yeah.
but some people, like, you're actually going to start, see real videos and people go, that's AI. And you're like, no, it ain't.
Yeah.
So either way is going to cause mass confusion.
Yeah, it's already beginning.
The only way to avoid it is in-person interactions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, they'll be the only data you get that you can trust.
I agree.
Yeah, it's a good thing this life is so short. That's my opinion on it.
3-eye.
Yeah, even shorter when that 3-eye atlas hits the ground.
You thought you heard the trumpet today.
I'm waiting on the trumpet.
I mean, if Corn hears a car horn go on a little too long,
Yeah.
he starts holding his hands up to the firmament.
So you believe in the rapture, Corn?
Yeah.
That was not a wholehearted endorsement.
You believe in the rapture of the church?
Well, he's waiting on Chad's bait and switch.
Yeah, that's what I'm waiting on. I'm waiting on how stupid I am because R.C. Sproul didn't tell me to believe in the rapture.
No, I mean, it's a big debate. Paris James, you believe in the rapture of the church, don't you? 100% Paris James does.
Catholics hadn't come out against that.
The Catholics ain't.
That was a joke.
So you're a rapture guy.
Yeah.
What's the timing of that?
I don't know.
Oh, well,
He means in what
Prior
order?
to the Great Tribulation?
Yeah, pre-trib,
Yeah.
post-trib, mid-trib.
Pre.
Oh,
Yeah, pre.
So pre-tribulation.
yeah.
gosh.
Yeah, I ain't going to be here for that, Bubba.
Okay. Paris James said, why did he spare Lot?
Well, I'm going to tell you, you told me one time that it's going to get rough.
Yeah, that tribulation's going to be rough for sure. Yeah, it's going to be bad. You don't want to be around for that.
I feel like from what from the details I can gather of the tribulation time period, I feel like there's just going to be plenty of time to hunt because you can't buy or sell without the mark. So it's like if you don't take the mark, you're just going to be hunting all the time.
Them deer ain't gonna last that long, Bubba.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah.
Literally run them in instinct within like 60 years.
No.
Almost instinct.
But Cornbread, most
to instinct.
I mean, come on, Cornbread. Most people are going to be taking the mark, dude. Like us that don't take the mark.
Yeah,
look,
but they're not going to be sitting in deer stands. They're going to get run with dogs, and they're going to get mowed down.
Why?
If I'm hungry, if I've got to have something to eat, I'm not going to go out there and sit.
You don't get what I'm telling you. You don't get what I'm telling you. I'm saying that this mark that is coming in the Great Tribulation that you're going to have to take to buy and sell, the vast majority of the population of the world is going to get that mark, and their life isn't going to change at all.
I got you, yeah.
So it's not like a bunch of people ain't going to get the mark, and there's going to be a bunch of more people out hunting. Like the people who don't get the mark is going to be like, one person on the street you live on. You know what I mean?
If I'm hungry, I'm not going to go sit in the stand. I'm going to make a dog run something and kill it. That's the easiest way. Pre-tribulation or not.
Got to feed that dog.
I know a place you can just go, like, walk literally right up to a deer and kill it.
Yeah, a knife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think most people are going to willfully accept that mark, man. They're
agree.
not even going to know what it is.
Yeah, I totally agree.
This is the last question I have for you guys on the podcast today, and I want to get to Super Chats. How long until, I want predictions here, in years, how long until we go to a completely digitalized currency?
Ooh, you want it down to the year?
In years. I want it in years. Because me and Blake were talking about this today because I'm starting to gain some understanding of the utility of this cryptocurrency.
The blockchain?
I was looking at this crypto that somebody told me about, and I'm trying to figure out the utility of it. And they've built a system around it to where you can make purchases anywhere in the world, and the transfer of currency is immediate. And so the way that our currency works right now, especially if you're making a international purchase, that money gets hung up in the system for 3 to 5 days, whatever it is. So at any given time, there's like billions of dollars that are frozen in this holding period for 3 to 5 days between transactions. And now they've created this cryptocurrency. I'm not going to tell you which one it is because I'm buying all of it. They've created this cryptocurrency that you can make a purchase, and the purchase goes through immediately as it's ran through the system that they've built around it. And so the money doesn't get hung up. And I was also looking, Chili, at another utility of it is if at least for the person that's receiving the payment, if I have somebody pay me in a cryptocurrency, once they pay me, there's no way they can reverse that action.
Yeah.
So what we've had happen in the past is, some freaking turd will buy something from us, and then, something goes on in their own personal life that has nothing to do with us, and then they go and refute the charge on their debit card or their credit card, and they're able to get their dang money back. And it's because we held up our end of the bargain. You made a purchase from us. And just because you had, whatever happened in your life, you had to go to a birthday party on the day that you were supposed to come and train, now you go and you file a dispute against the charge on the card like a piece of crap, and you get your money back. You know what I'm saying? But with this crypto, that's an impossibility. Once you make the transfer, it's safer that way for a business to receive payment. So I'm starting to see utility in this stuff. But I guess the one thing that hangs me up is thinking about, just the government is never going to allow something to become the currency that they are not ultimately in control of. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right, like right now, Bitcoin's unregulated.
Exactly.
Well, I think, first of all, I think Bitcoin was created by the essentially the CIA, whatever you want to call it, intelligence in the U.S. anyway.
A lot of people do, yeah.
So go ahead and think it ain't regulated if that is the case of who actually created it.
Well, yeah, it's unknown. The
Yeah,
guy Satoshi, whatever.
Yeah, that's not.
Nobody really
That's
knows who.
yeah, that's not real.
Yeah.
I mean, so yeah, if it's not already fully regulated and created by the U.S. government, it will be. They act like the blockchain technology is somehow resistant to regulation, and like, no, it isn't. I mean, I see the utility in it as well, but also make no mistake that it will be controlled. It's not resistant to that. That's a selling point hard to these idiots on Reddit who, buy it and sell it over and over again, trying to make $1, which is so funny that you're trying to make $1 from crypto. And by buying it low and then promoting how it's going to replace the dollar, you're inflating the price so you can then sell it and make more dollars.
Make dollars.
It's
Yeah.
hilarious. That's
Yeah.
just a big game right now. But to your point, it will become it will replace fiat paper money eventually. It will. That's
I think 100% it will.
intelligence in the U.S. clearly invented it. Like, that's the whole point, is to make that happen. I mean, it's to make that happen. It's to warp speed the adoption of cryptocurrencies. So that's definitely going to happen. You want the date? 2048.
2048?
It'll happen before 2050 is the point. I mean, go read the, United Nations Agenda 2050, the Sustainable Development Plans across all world economic organizations. I mean, that's their goal. And major goals like that, when they publish them, they always happen. They always happen. It may be 2045 and it don't look like it at all, but by 2050, it'll be materialized enough to where, like, that's what you're using. I'm not saying it'll be one world currency, the same, like, that may take, stuff takes a long time, man.
You can go to McDonald's at that point and buy your hamburger
100%,
if you want
100%, yeah.
Yeah. The paper dollar,
Yeah.
like right
now. But we
now,
won't necessarily have one world currency. I'm not saying that. But, like, when will crypto become the dominant? 2050.
So how many years is that?
25 years.
25 years?
Yeah.
What do you think, Cornbread?
I could go along with that.
Yeah.
That makes sense to me, yeah.
What do you think, Blake?
I don't have any educate. I would just say.
I mean, that sets the groundwork for the one world currency that we always talk about, but it is a distinct thing. I mean, that may take 50 more years or 150 more years. Like, who knows?
Yeah, I think you got to get the generation, like,
Yeah.
out of here, like Dad's generation. It's like, oh, that's crazy, And then we're kind of like, we could see some utility, but the people coming up are like, oh yeah, that's the thing. Like, Bitcoin's been big ever since we've been around.
I mean, you don't imagine it would take very long to go from that, but, like, you got to realize there's tons of cryptos right now, and it'll have to be the adoption of one adopted worldwide. Everybody agrees. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, like, that will be, I think what's going to start happening is near 2050, countries will, like, their currency will be, like, Zimbabwe is a good example. Their currency is, I mean, it's gone. Like you might as well use it.
It was the same way in Nigeria.
Yeah, you might as well use it as toilet paper.
Big of cash, and it'd be worth like $600
or less.
Yeah,
yeah. I mean, like, there's people with billions of Zimbabwe dollars, and it's worth like nothing. That's a problem. But so when that's the case, that country is going to institute a plan to have a cryptocurrency, like, replace their fiat currency. Mm-hmm. And so there will still be competition amongst that different cryptocurrency, but then it'll all merge into one.
Yeah, apparently the use of these cryptocurrencies is a lot more prevalent in some countries, overseas, more so than it is here in the United States. And I assume that is because the U.S. dollar is still fairly strong in terms of the world market, but and even more technologically advanced countries are going to this cryptocurrency. Like I've heard Japan. I keep saying Japan. Like it's really easy to actually buy and sell and trade using crypto in Japan. And I don't know. I think I was saying 30 years. I was saying 30 years, but it looks like I'm about 5 years too late. 2050 is the date, huh?
I think they want it done by 2050, yeah.
Are you going to start loading up on any of it?
No.
No. You're just going to wait and cash your dollars in for it when it's known?
Dude, the state of the economy will look so different then that, like, if you start now trying to convert some of your dollars into a crypto of your choice, Ethereum, Bitcoin, whatever it is, whichever secret one you're going to load up on, like, it's a gamble. Like if you put all of your dollars into, Beyond Meat stock. Yeah. Or Apple stock, right? Like, some stock. It's just a gamble, no different. Like, I do believe Bitcoin will be persistent, but it's going to be hard to know which one will work. Yeah. And if you convert all of your dollars now into a crypto that craps the bed in 10 years and goes to zero, well, then you've spent all your money now on crypto, and then you've lost it all in 10 years. Like, it's useless to try to get ahead of this.
A bunch of people, like a large number of people, are not going to get rich off of investing in crypto now, and then it becoming because that can't happen.
Yeah,
like that can't. A few people are going to get really rich off of it that have insider information.
100%.
Okay. Yes, of course.
100%.
But not a bunch. So. Luckily, I have insider information. If you want that information,
how much can they pay you?
You can send me a check in U.S. dollars because that's what we're still spending. Oh man! Well.
Do you want that knowledge, Corn?
For crypto?
That insider knowledge?
I already sent it to you guys. I already texted it to you guys.
Oh, did you?
I was going to go to Tunica.
And do what?
All right. Y'all ready for super chats?
Yeah, man.
We got Chad, Double D, Chad's Potbelly.
Jags.
Coming at $4.99. 3 of 7. Last runner standing looks interesting. Might see y'all out there. 26 hours in my prediction. Is my prediction.
26.
So that's live. Registration's live for that, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so we've come up with a totally new last man standing format.
We got to start talking about that.
It's actually going to be really cool to watch. I wish I was racing in it, but I'll probably have to be doing something around there. But Lord willing, I'll get to see it go down, and it's going to reward not only endurance but also fitness, because you're going to start a 4-mile loop on the first hour, and you're going to have an hour to run it. And then the second hour, you're going to start another 4-mile loop, but you're only going to have 59 minutes to run it. And the third hour, 58 minutes, 57 minutes, all the way down. So you get 24 hours into this thing, you're going to have to be able to actually run in order to complete the loop within the amount of time that you have allotted to complete the loop. So, that's going to be a really dynamic race, and it's going to take some strategy in terms of training, and also it's going to take some strategy early on in how fast you're running those loops, those early loops, so that you can have enough gas in the tank to get the loops done as the time ticks down and down and down. It's going to take probably a few years for somebody to figure it out and just start to dominate. But I like it because it's brand new, and the original last man standing format has just kind of grown stale, in my opinion. And not to mention, I don't know who out there would want to go and run now an original format and do, 450 miles or something stupid like that. It's just, these people now, no crap, dude, they're going from the race to the hospital. These people now that are like in the world, like the top in the world in that last man standing format, they're going from the race to the hospital. if you're willing to do that, good on you.
Everybody but Phil Gore, I guess. He keeps winning, don't he?
Yeah, he keeps winning, but I guarantee you he's doing some big, big damage.
Oh, yeah.
We had Marty Bingham come in at $19.99. While Big Dollar was shooting an elk off the porch of a hunting lodge, the rest of us were doing some ground pounding at Mountain Mama. A large time was had by all.
Man, I wanted an update on the race today, and we didn't even get into it, man. Son of a gun.
He came back in at $4.99. That is until I ran into a wampus cat on the back 40. He's at the bottom of one of them ponds now. I'm pretty sure it was a Calvinist.
Did anybody know how far Marty ran?
I don't know how far Marty ran, but I was going to give you one quick update. Both records were set.
Really?
We had a new course record in the 8-hour and the 4-hour.
Good night, son.
Yep.
You know the numbers?
56 and 32.
That's stout.
Yep. Cole Owens in the 32, and in the 8-hour, I had a hard time saying his last name, Michael Terziak. They're awesome dudes.
That's rolling, man.
Rolled, man. Both of them.
And Blake won the Ruck Challenge?
Yeah.
With
How many?
35 miles?
Yeah.
35 and 8
I mean,
hours?
that dude was up there in the dang 8-hour race.
Yeah.
And he had 40 pounds on his back for 8 hours. Crazy,
He's
man.
stout, man. I think he's going to come do our last man standing race. He's going to be a force to be reckoned with there.
He really is, yeah.
You take that weight off of him, and we'll see.
Marty Bingham come in for his third one, $4.99. I need a 5-minute deduction on my finish time because that's how long it takes to dispatch a 200-pound wildcat.
There you go.
Marty. Marty, you're a silly guy.
We had McLeod Plays come in at $4.99. My razor budget has gone through the roof since my wife has been using mine to shave her mustache. And we had an old one here, little Virgil, coming in at $1.99.
Whoa! Did he really?
I bet he did that thing.
Yep, you was talking about it, that little movie cut thing that
Yeah,
says behind the
cut.
scenes.
Yep.
Dang.
Little Virgil's been out for a while.
He has.
He had COVID.
We had Alec Tincher come in at $19.99.
Yeah, he was supposed to be at the race.
Chad, I thought I'd drop you some coins so you can stock up on Gas X for the next Monday meeting. Love you guys.
Thank you.
The mic did pick that up, didn't it?
Yeah.
That's excellent.
That's it.
Sweet.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for tuning in. We got a special interview episode coming out for you guys next Wednesday, and we'll see y'all on Monday meeting to pick up in the Book of Acts here in a couple of days. Enough said.